What's up? This is K-Shy22 here. Today we'll actually be going over Chapter 4, I believe it's Project 1, Future Value. This assignment is actually going to be pretty tricky, especially if you're new. It actually uses subroutines, so we'll be accessing another class within a class. And just try to follow with me as much as you can. I'll also have the project files down in the description. So part 1 of this is we're actually going to want to go ahead and create two documents, and we're going to go ahead and paste two different sort of templates in there. So I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so now we have two classes made. We're going to go ahead and put up here our description and all the information that we need. We're going to import a scanner so that way we can accept input, and then we're going to have void main. Now this class is actually not going to do most of the functions, or let's see what it's supposed to be doing. Yes, this is actually not going to be doing the functions for us. This is just going to be displaying information. Now this class right here is actually going to go ahead and do functions for us. So with this, we're actually going to do public class, and then we're going to put our name for that class. It should be the same as this, financial utils. Then we're going to do public static void display instructions. It's not going to be static void main. That's going to be different. So this is going to be our subroutine class. We're going to be able to access specific functions. So we'll be able to just kind of follow with me. We'll do this entire main form right here, and then this entire main class, and then we'll go ahead and do the other one. So now with this, we're going to go ahead and want to declare our variables and go ahead and import our keyboard. So let's go ahead and paste those in there. We have our keyboard. We're going to declare our variables: monthly investments, number of months, annual interest rate, monthly interest rate, and future value. The next thing we're going to want to go ahead and do is go ahead and put in we're going to access our second class, so our financial utils. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, just for the sake of this, we're going to go ahead and hit Control S and save this one. And we're going to hit Control S and save this one so you can kind of see what's going on. So this is our main class, and this is our subroutine. So this is actually going to go ahead and pull this Java file right here, and it's going to access the display instructions subroutine. So whatever's within these brackets is actually going to go ahead and execute. So that we're going to use that as to display our instructions, and we're going to go ahead and display some information here to the user. So we're going to do an empty line, and then we're going to go ahead and please enter the following: the monthly investment, the number of months, the annual interest rate as a decimal, and then we're going to accept that, and we're going to go ahead and calculate that monthly interest rate, and then system, we're going to add an extra space, and then we're going to go ahead and do another. This one's going to be a little bit more trickier. We're going to do future value is equal to financial utils, calculate future value, which is another subroutine that we have not actually created yet. And from there, these three variables will actually be sent to that function to get the future value. And then it'll actually return that information from future value, and we'll actually be able to display that. And then, of course, our three inputs that we received earlier. Now let's go ahead and go to the financial utils subroutine. Let's see here. Okay. Now for the display instructions, we're going to go ahead and just kind of put our instructions in here. System.out println, 4 spaces. Remember that. You will get counted down if you have an instructor like mine. Okay, the next thing we want to go ahead and do is go ahead and create our second subroutine. To do that, it's going to be public static double calculate future value. We're going to go ahead and add 3 variables. We're going to need a double named monthly investment, an integer named double number of months, and double monthly interest rate. Now anything inside of this will actually, let's see here. Any of these, so I could add another variable And anytime I execute this subroutine, I have to submit 3 variables along with it. So if I were to put 25 right here, it's going to send 25 in that place. And that's probably going to be hard to grasp until we actually execute this program. So now we need to go ahead and put our formula here. Let's go ahead and copy and paste that. So we're going to go ahead and have a double named future value is equal to 0 because we don't have, that's just our default value. And then for I is equal to 0, this is actually a for loop. So as long as 0 is less than the number of months, we're going to continue this loop. Future value is equal to future value plus investment times 1 times the monthly interest rate. Sorry, 1 plus the monthly interest rate. So that's going to calculate our future value. And once that's actually calculated, we're going to go ahead and return that value in the double named calculate future value, which will be returned to this class over here. So this is actually, so let's say this actually recalculates the future value to, 2,000. This now equals 2,000, which we can actually put right there. So let's go ahead and compile both of these programs. Okay, it looks like, let's see here. Do we have an extra one? It appears that we have an extra one. Compile. Okay, so I think I just had the brackets flipped or something. So go ahead and compile both of your programs. Now you will not be executing the utility program at all. We will be actually just executing the future value program. This is because this has our main form. Go ahead, hit run, enter the following, the monthly investment, say 100 for, let's say, 12 months. And the annual interest rate, let's say it's actually, interest rates are actually pretty low right now. So let's just say 3%, okay? It's going to calculate the monthly investment, the number of months, the annual interest rate, and then calculate the future value. So when we inputted 100, that went there, 12 went there, and 3% went there. We sent this over to our calculate future value subroutine, and it went ahead and calculated this. And then it put our calculation, 1219.69, into that, which returned it to this variable right here, which we were able to display right here. And then this was just the input that we had inputted earlier. I hope that makes sense for you guys. If you have any questions, just comment below. I do have this program in the description for you guys to download. Don't forget to go to my website and give me some clout. I'll see you guys next time in the next video.